Hello guys and welcome back to a brand new video on the Chapel Talks LFC channel. And today we're going to be going over one of my signings for Liverpool this summer, and if I drag him down here, that is Malik Fofana of Lyon. Today I'm just going to go through why I think we should bring him in as another attacking option. This isn't me saying instead of someone like Bradley Barcola, it's more of a as well as. If you want to watch the video I uploaded the other day about who else I would bring in, please do. But he was one of the attackers that I was bringing in just for a bit more depth. And today I'm going to go over some pros of bringing him in and some cons of bringing him in. And yeah, and then I'll go over how he fits into Iraola's system. I think he's a good tactical fit, but we'll get onto that later in the video. If you do enjoy, drop a like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's start talking about Malik Fofana. So some of the pros of Fofana before talking tactically is he's a cheaper option than bringing in sort of Barcola and another 80, 90, 70 sort of £1 million player. He'd probably get him for between 45 and 55. He's 21, so he's raw, he's young, and he can develop into hopefully someone to the same level as Luis Diaz, maybe even sort of Sadio Mane, Mo Salah. He's 5'7", so he's quite short, but you know, the best player of all time is even shorter, so shouldn't discredit him for that. He's recorded 17 goals and 6 assists across his 3 seasons at Lyon. However, last season was heavily impacted by an ankle injury in around October. So I think he only played 16 matches last season. He's direct with the left. He can go to the touchline. He can go inside. He's a both-footed player. He recorded 2.27 dribbles per 90 for Lyon last year, which is a similar amount to Cody Gakpo. However, Gakpo was a lot more conservative, just taking it out here, cutting inside rather than taking down the line or cutting inside. He's recorded a top speed of 34 kilometers per hour, which is only 2 less than Jeremy Frimpong, who is our fastest player. And yeah, I think for the pros, I think that says enough. You know, he's direct. He's a bit, I don't want to say similar to Engamoa, but he's naturally left-footed. He prefers it off the left, but he can play on the right, which is something we need. Same with all of our wingers, really. Chiesa could do a job on both sides if he stays. Elliott can do a job on the right in the 10 and on the left. And then Engamoa, Munoz, Fofana, both sides as well. And then obviously you've got Gakpo over there as well. But if I just show you the starting 11 here, hold on. Okay, so we're done with the stats in terms of the pros. Reading stats will only get you so far. And I have read enough for you. So let's talk about what I think about him from watching a couple of replays of Lyon games just to see what he's actually like. He likes to hug the touchline, but he doesn't mind coming deep to get it. He's rapid essentially, so he likes to pick it up here and then just gather pace on his fullback, quite similar to Engamoa, how he kind of hugs the touchline, gathers pace on his fullback, and then can kind of go either way. Yeah, like I said, both footed. He prefers it on the left, but he can play on the right as well, which I think is really useful if we wanted to do something like that. Another thing is, you kind of assume it because he's rapid and he's direct. He prefers the sort of counter-attacking style Iraola is going to bring in. And he's also a really good presser. If you watch him play for Lyon, then he's always up there. He's relentless. He's got energy for days. And yeah, he's just gonna press, which I think if you have someone like Szoboszlai off the right, then wherever I put Jones, here he is. I feel like pressing like that is like that. Just this front four pressing is perfect. because Wirtz, maybe not so much last season, but the season before in the Bundesliga, he had great pressing numbers. Malik Fofana, again, relentless pressure. Isak, maybe not so much, but Szoboszlai more than makes up for that. And we all know that from last season. So he fits into this kind of module of the Frimpong coming up. You got the two in midfield. Kirke's there. It's sort of 3-2-5. So yeah, in summary, direct, quick, can play both sides, unpredictable, fits Areola's pressing system and counter-attacking system is the pros. However, just like every player, there are cons. Obviously, he's 21, he's raw, he's not got much experience at the top level. In terms of the tactical side of it, Arne Slot was very vocal about him being unable to break down low blocks, and I don't feel Fofana helps with that in terms of, because he wants to kind of have space out here and take his fullback on one-on-one, whereas if you're playing a low block, I'll use Ekatike. No, I'll use Mamardashvili and Pechi. I'll put them on screen for you there. If you have Pechi deep here, and then Mamardashvili, opposition midfielder, what Malik Fofana wants to do is, Wirtz would run there, the midfielder would go with Wirtz, and then he's left one-on-one. However, in a low block, you're always going to have that sort of extra man over, and he's going to end up being two, and even if he takes it in the line or inside, he's just going to be too many bodies to run into. Whereas if you have someone like Gakpo, who's maybe got a bit more quality of the cross, a bit more intelligent with the way he plays, he's going to be able to swing it in for, a little football. He's going to be able to swing it round to Isak or just knock it back, whereas Malik Fofana would maybe just try and go despite the risks, which is why he doesn't really help with the low blocks, and he prefers the sort of quick counter attack rather than the slow build up, which is why if Arne Slot was still in charge, it's not who I would be suggesting. However, it isn't. It's Adoni Areola, and I think he'll suit the style quite well until we come against a low block. Thank you to our goalkeepers for helping with that demonstration. If we just compare him to Gakpo, obviously I went over how he's got, 2.27 dribbles per 90. Gakpo's 2.24, so they're very similar. However, Gakpo's success rate for dribbles is around 60, whereas Malik Fofana is around 40. So, in terms of efficiency, Gakpo's statistically better. However, we know him. He just runs here, does that, and has a shot, which I suppose would count as a successful dribble because he's gone round someone and had a shot. Whereas Fofana is less predictable in terms of, I'll move him down here, just below me. Whereas he'll drive in, I can put this football away actually. Go away. There we go. Where he might go down the line, might come inside, he might pass it. He's just a lot more unpredictable, but again, raw, loses the ball quite a lot. But then again, Engamoa loses the ball quite a lot, and we love him. So, I don't think it's something to be too concerned about, his dribble success rate. It's something that will and can be improved over time. And I don't doubt that if we sign him and he's learning from the likes of Gakpo, Wirtz, Engamoa, I suppose, working with him, then, and obviously not saying anything, he's learning off him as well, then I don't doubt the statistics will increase. Another thing is, again, I'll compare it to Gakpo. Gakpo's end product's a lot better, and everyone was on him about his end product last season. He has 19% shot conversion rate compared to Fofana's 10. So his end product, but again, his end product is something that will improve with his age. That's why I like where he's at, because he's got the right mindset, he's got the physical attributes to be a great footballer. However, his dribble success rate and his end product maybe aren't the best, but that's the things that you can work on. You can't train someone to be as fast as him, however. His shot conversion rate and his dribble success rate can definitely be improved. And I think I've made my case about Malik Fofana. There's only so much you can watch from a highlight reel, and that's why I'm here, because I've watched whole games. And I like him, and I think the fact that he could play on both sides is big. That's I think what we need, because we can't afford to be splashing sort of 70 mil on a left winger, a right winger, a centre mid, a right back, a left back, and a centre back. You need versatile players, and he's exactly that, and he's cheaper, which is, I think, perfect. And also, if you bring him in, you've got Munoz, Elliott, Engamoa, Chiesa will probably go. Elliott will probably go as well, even though I would keep him. Gakpo, and then I'd imagine Barcola as well. And then where's Daniel Munoz? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out and out wingers, and then you bring in Szoboszlai to that, and you bring in Wirtz to that, and then I suppose Frimpong. That's 3 more right there. He just improves the depth, and he's not going to play every game. And I think in his staging his career, he shouldn't. I think being 21, he will learn from the better players at Liverpool, and then he'll improve, and he's already a good. It's not like we're signing a bad player here. He's a great talent, and he's good right now. He's for the present, but mainly for the future, because he's only 21. Anyway, I've rambled on a bit there, but I feel like I've made my case for Malik Fofana. But guys, if you have enjoyed and I've maybe changed your mind or introduced you to Malik Fofana, please do like and subscribe. I'll stress this again, second video on this channel. They will improve. I feel like I'm rambling on a bit, however, they'll get better. I'm still learning, but I love talking about Liverpool. So, alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Should be in the next couple of days.